screen share.
Okay.
Our entire screen. Share.
And
And
go to the PowerPoint
we
somewhere.
are just going to minimize this. Here's the PowerPoint. And we'll go to present.
And
And
you'll
let
come
me
back
just
and
check
see
that.
me. Hi, everybody. We're getting ready to start. Thank you for your patience. It's all good? Michelle, it's all good? All righty. Welcome, and I'm particularly thankful that you're all here because there's no promise of any great guest speaker. There's the promise of doing work at the end. So that makes me really, really happy that you're here. A couple things that we want to go over. Did we, not sure if we sent out the minutes of our last meeting, so if you didn't get them, I guess we're going to have to table that. We have a new change. Okay. Okay. Any new members? We're not going. Oh, hide that. Okay. New members? Any new members? Everybody's pretty much been here. Okay. Make sure you introduce yourself to your table mates, so you know who everybody is. Don't forget, if you haven't yet signed up for your CSTA membership, you want to do that because they're getting some changes coming about. For now, it's still free. So if you go back to the archive of the PowerPoint or the agenda, the link's on there for you to do that. This is also for the benefit of those people who like to watch the archive of this, not just the live meeting. We have a lot of people that watch from other chapters at other times, and sometimes they utilize some of our things that we're working on to show at their chapters as well, so that we use the archives a lot. NJA convention begins, so thank you for being here. Instead of a presenter, we're going to do some work with subcommittees, those of which would be working on the Stock Hack event, which is an inaugural event for Stockton, so that's a Stockton-sponsored event. Talk a little bit about our annual programming competition for high schoolers, and that stuff's right around the corner because we have to work on all the different components of each of those separate events. And the summer conference for CSTA in Baltimore, we're going to try to do a New Jersey presence, and maybe we'll work on that a little bit afterward. Maybe do some sharing on some of the computer science education weeks. And then there's some other CSTA New Jersey committees that are 3 Southern, Central, and Northern New Jersey chapters would like to work on as well. So just the same PowerPoint we usually have just to keep current. Nothing's changed, but this is just if you want to go back and check, you want to see what else you might have missed on the meetings as opposed to taking notes, and also keeping up. And we do quite a bit with Twitter feeds too. So thank you for being here, and good luck to all our organizers and presenters. We have quite a few people already at the convention, so we decided not to have an extra person, an extra presenter for this evening. Does anybody have any shout-outs they'd like to share? Nothing good? Good things? Okay. All right. Well, let me know if you have any things. We'd be happy to focus on it and share all our good things that are happening. Couple things coming up for PD and some resources and events. Google, 2 people that work there have invited us to come to the Google headquarters in New York. We were supposed to meet with them, the 3 presidents of the 3 different chapters of CSTA for New Jersey, but that was canceled, so they now have opened it up to everybody. So that's December 16th. I believe it's a Friday. So anybody that would like to attend, you can let me know. We'll take up a little sign-up sheet, and we can carpool or figure out how we want to get up there and spend some time at the Google headquarters. I'm kind of excited about that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't been there before. I know a few people have been from our other chapters, and they're, you know, telling me it's a lot of fun, and they're taking days off work so they can do that. Backing up. Too many mic. You good? Okay. CS Ed Week is right around the corner, December 5th through 11th. There's a bunch of activities, and if you are signed up with code.org, you may have gotten a packet from them with the posters and publications and materials. I have an extra one if anybody needs it. I believe I have it with me if you'd like to have that. Or you can just go to code.org, sign up, and get your own packet of posters and stickers and all kinds of cool things. And then there's a bunch of other things. Doodle for Google contest is still open through December 2nd. And there's some other activities going on. TCNJ has some computer science events for high school students and for maybe some of the middle school grades too. So you want to check out those different links. And then, of course, the summer conferences, again, they're not taking presenters. I think the deadline for that was the beginning of the week. And if you have any other events or announcements you'd like to post, that would be really great to send them in so we keep fresh. And also the SRI ETTC calendar, take a look at that. There's a lot of really good tech STEM things going on there too. Morris County VOTEC has a hackathon going on December 3rd. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting since we're going to be working on hours that we might want to take a look at what their website is. And see if I can do this without messing up. The mcstlhd.tech. Can give that one a try. So I thought we could kind of look at some of the things that they're doing and see what's going on. And CSTA National has some national news. And if you want to look at more information about the conference, that's the link for that. Our New Jersey group, we met over the summer, as I said last meeting, and we're trying to work on some different kinds of activities, including a little bit better communication for all of the groups. We seem to be a very active chapter, and they're working together, the two of their chapters, because Central and Northern New Jersey tend to be pretty close in proximity, but it's really hard to get anywhere up there in a short period of time. So they're combining their meetings on different months. And then they're also trying to, sometimes they'll tap into ours as well. So you can go back to that, check on anything on there. And Amy, right here, we can come back to this in a minute if you want, but I just clicked the slide. You want to take a minute and then I'll come back to it, or you want to give us any updates?
The update is Karen Simmons. She gave you the statement, right?
I thought you might want to talk about it. I didn't really put it in.
She's a fourth grade teacher, Karen Simmons, from right now. And she's a fourth grade teacher in Millville, and she has a in Johannesburg, also fourth grade. And that resulted from the global coding collaboration that we had last year. She came on site, and she was our guest speaker. So they're in the process of exchanging different types of holiday, introducing them to Thanksgiving, and Advent, and some other types of free web tools. They're in the process now of setting up different types of rubrics that they can use. These are fourth graders, so there's a little bit of English concern as well for some of them. But they're very excited, and they're interested in the coding as far as code.org, which is very new to them. Now, Jackie Chetty is a professor there, and she's interested in additional collaboration with us here. So we're hoping that we can work something out for that in the future. And do you have her? Did she put a picture? She said that statement, the tool she's using that I gave you?
I didn't. We can pull it up.
Yeah.
We can pull that up at the
Can you
end.
get that in the email?
I didn't see it.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
it's
We'll add it. We can send it out to everybody too.
Sure, yeah. And she can pop in a few samples too. I said that might be nice.
Okay.
They're really cute.
Do you think Jackie has a specific age group she's looking to collaborate with us with?
Well, her focus is elementary, primary grades, how to teach coding in the elementary grades, primary. And she's also working on a series of different types of sessions in Johannesburg. There's a great need for that too, different types of workshops. And she's offering in their summer, which is our winter, different types of collaborations there, like a consortium. So as far as the different grade levels, she would probably be interested to make partnerships with people there. She teaches at the University of Johannesburg, and she's arranged for Jackie, Karen's fourth grade, to exchange. And they have 30-some in their classroom as well. Jackie is working with them. Karen has 24, so it's comparable. They're having a good time though. There is time difference, so they wanted to set up some Skype, but I don't know if they're willing to get that.
I know that one of the New Jersey initiatives we're working on is sort of like a new computer science teacher welcome kit and some curriculum, so maybe that's something we can share with her when we get to that point, get some ideas of what they think about that as and put a little global perspective on it.
Thanks. Oh, you coming up here? Okay. We also have some new kinds of initiatives that we're working on with a couple different other higher education institutions. So Adam's going to give us a little summary on what's going on with that. Want this in here?
All right, we had two initiatives. One, Drexel University reached out to us. They have a National Science Foundation grant. It's a research experience for teachers, and it's based on the Computer Science Principles AP course that's coming out. And they reached out, they're putting in for the grant, where they're actually redoing their grant. They had it for, I guess, the past 3 years, and they were trying to renew it. And they hoped that we would give them some support. With the support, it was just we would promote it to our members, we make our teachers at the high school area that are part of our CSTA program aware of this opportunity. So we thought it was a great opportunity, one, to continue to promote CS at a broad scale, and also an opportunity to get our members the possibility. I know 3 years ago in the summer of 2014, I actually participated in the experience. And the way it works is you spend 6 weeks in the summer at Drexel working with one of their faculty members on their PhD project. Mine was, I worked with a professor that was doing artificial intelligence and video game design. So you meet with them and you talk to them about their project, and it's all about how can you take what they're doing and kind of apply it to your classroom. And the focus for the project is on big data and societal impact, which falls right in line with the new Computer Science Principles AP course that was just launched this year. So we did throw our support behind that program, gave them a little letter of support saying we make our members aware of it. Thought it's a great opportunity for our members also. I mean, that maybe gives you a leg up. It is an application process to be part of the program, and it's rather selective. So we thought having the opportunity for our members to apply with our name kind of in the background, like, hey, we gave you that letter, we supported this, how can we help out, was a great idea. And we did make sure there was no conflicts of interest here at Stockton, obviously. So we did give them that letter of support. So more to come on that. They said they'll keep us updated on the actual approval of the grant. So hopefully it gets approved, and then some of our members can actually have the opportunity to participate in it. Like I said, I thought it was of great value when I did it in the summer of 2014. I got lots of good material on artificial intelligence that I was able to bring to my classroom. And I actually wound up taking my project I did with them and presenting some of it at a poster presentation at ISTE this past year. So it kind of serves dual purpose there. The other thing that we have here on the slide is the article for the CSTA Voice. It's pretty much decided amongst all of the New Jersey chapters that we would create one massive article about how to launch in CSTA organization. We'd all give feedback on the different things we've done. So we've submitted that. We've talked about how kind of we got started, the different activities we've had, the different presenters we've had. We didn't hear feedback on that in the final submission. We reached out to the Northern and Central chapters, and they're also adding in their touches and what they've done. I can say, which is exciting, everything I've attended with other members of like the Central and the North Jersey chapters, they're very impressed by what we've done here. Every time I talk about our speakers and the different things we've done, they've definitely kind of been taken back by how much we've actually done in the short time we've been together. So I think that's very positive for what we're actually doing. And hopefully we can get this article in there. Great for the state, great for our organization as well. So I do have copies of both the submission of what we submitted as part of the article, as well as our endorsement letter for the Drexel program, the Rethink program, research experience for teachers, that I'll pass around. Anybody can take a look at. But I think this is all good promotional stuff for our organization and all the great things we're doing down here. Any questions?
Yes, it's good. They're always very impressed with our speakers and how hard we're working with all our activities, and that we invite them during the summer to come and visit with us when they come to the Tech Stock Camp and whatnot. One of the other things that we're working on that's not on the presentation is the Dawn Watkins is working with the National Society of Black Engineers to create a chapter on the Stockton, with the Stockton affiliation. I know that we have a couple of high schools that already have something like that going on, so we're hoping that anybody that has that happening could kind of give us some ideas on what would be a good look for a collegiate chapter, and ways that we can also collaborate with the high schools that have something or that would like to have an organization like that on their campus as well. So that's the Dawn Watkins is working on that. It's the National Society of Black Engineers working on a chapter. And I know that we mentioned that the MAIT program is totally online, and it's hopefully doing really well. I'm a proud MAIT student, and Chung's going to give us a little bit of an update on the program and some interesting news you might want to know that might benefit you. What you sent me is the next clip. Are you ready for it?
Yes, the Stockton's Master of Art in Instructional Program is now, as you know, totally online program. And we try to incorporate, although it's online program, we try to cooperate, make more friendly and interactivity. So there would be optional synchronous meetings, and we emphasize group collaborations. And we don't see the benefit of asking GRE or MAT, so we deleted that option. But if you are looking for some kind of educational certificate, you need GRE or MAT. But for the MAIT, we don't ask GRE or MAT. And for next semester, next school year, we are looking for full-time visiting instructor in MAIT program. And so if you know anybody or you are interested in, please apply. The required qualifications are doctoral degree in instructional technology or related areas. And since it's totally online program, we are looking for a person with teaching experience in hybrid or online course in higher education institution, and experience in instructional design, along with multimedia development, social media, and current technology tools. And we have preferred qualifications too, and we are looking for somebody who has current knowledge and skills, such as coding, e-learning, gaming, augmented realities, and teaching experience with adult learning and or K-12 settings within last 3 years, because still many students teach K-12 teachers, so we hope somebody has that kind of experience. And also somebody, we are using Blackboard, so if somebody familiar with Blackboard or any other learning online management system, we are welcoming. So if you know anybody, again, if you are interested in, please apply. You need to submit the job, application through online at Stockton HR page, which is not listed yet, but it will be listed soon, like in a couple of days. So keep eye on it. Thanks.
Any questions?
Also, the specific committees that we were going to be looking at for the CSD New Jersey initiatives, because I kind of stuck that in between, was basically keeping the three of us on the same page with the communications, and then also as part of the legislation that's being proposed and being voted on and being modified as we speak, we're going to need some we're going to have a resource for standards, and those are going to need to be created to go with that legislation. And one of the possibilities is that it's a half-year computer science curriculum, so we're going to need some sort of a template, shell, some ideas on what we think that should look like. And we're in the position where I think that our New Jersey CSTA, our 3 chapters, could really effectuate what that really is going to look like for the state and for the Department of Education. And also teacher training and mentoring, some advocacy, recruiting, communications, and we also would like to put together some sort of a welcome packet for teachers, so that as they want to start teaching with either getting that teaching endorsement or or creating, a class for their specific school, they have that template or that resource to work with. So the only thing that they've changed legislative-wise is one of the bills is requiring high school. All high schools offer computer science, not necessarily a graduation requirement, but asking that all high schools offer some sort of computer science. So if you want to see the details of that bill, you can go onto the legislative page and search for computer science. Gerald Dietrich would be really happy to answer any questions. That's his email on there if you have questions about that as well. And then Demetrius has been working very diligently on Hackstock and coordinating that. We've had several meetings, and he's going to give us a little update on it, and then hopefully we'll help him out at the end of our meeting, hopefully.
Good evening, everybody. So I'm here to talk about StockHack a little bit, and it is an upcoming innovation event that's going to take place at Stockton University in February, specifically a weekend event, Saturday and Sunday. It starts at 12 p.m. on a Saturday, ends at 12 p.m. on a Sunday, so it is in fact an overnight event here. And if I were to liken it to anything, I would liken it to a science fair where you have to do the entire project when you show up for the science fair. So in other words, the students would show up on the Saturday, begin working towards some sort of technology innovation project, and by Sunday would be judged on that project with the potential to win some prizes. So right now we're still in the planning process for the event. It's essentially a hackathon as we've seen some of the neighboring schools. This one may be a little bit unique because I think we're going to try to incorporate some of the business focus, because computer science and information systems at Stockton is actually housed within the business division here. So I think there may be some opportunities to put a business sort of tinge on this as well, which I think is applicable and marketable for the students. The event will be available for participation by Stockton University students as well as high school students in the surrounding areas. So one of the things that we're asking you to do is potentially reach out through your classes and see if folks are interested in attending the event. That's definitely one major thing that you could do potentially, right? Beyond that, though, we're looking for sponsorship participation. So we're in the midst of ironing out exactly how we're going to collect the sponsors and that sort of stuff. But if you have any ideas related to who we should be reaching out to for potential sponsorship opportunities, that would be great if you could let us know. And beyond that, we're going to need some day of support. And we're thinking something on the order of 3-hour shifts for those who would volunteer to work during the event. So if you are interested in working the day of, please let us know as well. There's going to be opportunities to do that. So we have some exciting prizes that we're planning on getting, assuming the sponsors come through and everything, including things like drones, for example, for the winning group, things like GoPro kind of camera, things like the Arduino starter kit, and other tech sort of oriented items, right? So anyway, it's like a very focused science fair that we're gonna like key in on technology and then have the kids hopefully integrate it here on the spot. So anyways, any questions?
That's something they bring all their own technology?
Yeah, the event is predominantly bring your own technology, where the students will come with their laptop and expect to get access to the Wi-Fi and have power and stuff like that. But that's typically how these events work. There is an opportunity for us to set up some machines perhaps that people could use in a public setting. But essentially, yeah, they bring their own technology for the most part.
The date for this is February
19th. Yep, February 19th through the 20th.
a Saturday to a Sunday.
Yep.
So, like I said, we definitely need people here, our people, to be at the event, helping us manage the event.
Yeah, I think that, you know, it's an all hands on deck kind of situation. If you have an opportunity to help us out, we certainly appreciate it.
And Dawn Watkins is going to be, once we know who's available to help us on that date, Dawn will be contacting you to, there's, you know, certain legal things we have to do for every adult that's going to be associated with the event. So Dawn will be in touch with everybody about their responsibilities for that.
Yeah, that's correct. So there are different teams essentially working the event, and some of the responsibilities include managing, of course, the children that will be here. So anyways, more on that at a later date. Basically, if you want to get involved, please seek any of us out, really, and we'll make sure you talk to the right person. All right. Thank you very much.
And obviously we'll see how that goes. And we have our computer science competition, which we haven't really started reworking on the next year, which will be about a month later. So the last one was really, really successful, and I think it's going to be really very popular. So we're going to need some, you know, hands on that as well. That is on a school day, so high school students can come as part of their trip. And I'm hoping that our high school teachers have already secured that date with their boards and so on, so they can attend. We haven't come up with any numbers on how many schools are going to be able to come, or how many per school, or any caps on the number, but I think it's going to be really popular based upon us just giving it a little test last year. So hopefully this after the meeting, we'll work on that, and we'll kind of maybe lay out the schedule for that as well. A lot of people will be doing both of those, so we'll see how we can work that out. And then if you have thoughts on any other kinds of activities, it'd be nice if we could incorporate something in the fall that would be, you know, work in tandem with that. And as far as Arduinos go, if anybody knows how to use them, I think that would be a really good presentation for one of our meetings. If we could create something hands-on like that, I like that idea. And then just the last couple little things, which, excuse me, I forgot my paper. Just the last couple things. If you happen to be at a workshop or in the area, our other two chapters would really like to have you come and visit them. If you're up there doing anything else in either at Rutgers or Drew, Kane also, you know, feel free to stop in if you want to know who is involved in the universities there. Let us know. We just, you know, would be nice to continue to have some face-to-face meetings with them as well. So let me know on that, or you can just check on the Google group for the New Jersey chapter. Accommodation, I guess you could call it. But I just thought I'd put up some of the things that they're doing, so you can have an idea what else the other chapters are working on. We seem to be a little broader. And then our future meetings, next one's January 11th, March, May. And then the summer meeting, we have to determine a date on that because it's the Tech Talk is not the same day as our meeting would be. So I think Tech Talk is not the second Wednesday of the month, might be either the first or third, but I don't think they matched up. So we can, you know, I'll maybe send an email and we can see if you want to just change it to not the second Wednesday, or we'll think about that a little bit and then we'll regroup on that one by the next meeting, just because we need to secure rooms and logistics and whatnot. And other than maybe an Arduino topic, which I don't know anything about, but it'd be really nice if anybody else does, if there's any other PD presentation topics, I believe that one of our Stockton University alum, who's a relatively new alum, works for the FBI in computer forensics. So I'd like to see if we could maybe have that person come and visit with us. And one of the other things that someone at the Tech Center had been working on is the kinds of college and career readiness for a computer science major or a student. So maybe we could look at something, hearing from people actually in the field, what kinds of skills our students could be getting even at a young age to help ready them for a career in computer science. And also, once we go up and visit the people at Google, maybe we can have them do some presentation for us or come up with some other ideas. So if you have any other thoughts on that.
I did speak with the Black Rock people, they were here last week, and I mentioned that, you know, they were supposed to come forward,
Yeah,
and so we'll try again. I have their card, and I'll be reaching out.
they're like gaming. Yeah. Okay,
We have a lot of new programs coming out, so
right.
got different academies, different summer programs, all sorts of things like that. So there are definitely some opportunities for learning there. And seeing what kind of programs they have. It might be something that some of our schools would be interested in. So we'll reach out to them and see if they can, you know, go ahead with one of our dates. That was Sean Naughton.
Anything else? Any other questions, comments, news?
She's looking for workshop leaders for tech chat in the STEM field. If anyone is interested, and she can find them here.
Is that over the summer?
Yes, that is this summer. Buddy did send out the call. They're looking for, it's a, tech track is the week-long one. Missy, do you want to unmute your mic and talk to us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes.
How clear?
Hi.
We can hear you fine. Just keep talking.
Well, welcome everyone. This has been very exciting to log on to hang out. Basically what we're looking for is some amazing, stellar, hands-on female workshop leaders to teach something in the STEM field, science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. Unfortunately, you do not get paid for this part, but it's a really good opportunity for young, impressionable girls aged 12 to 13 that will be held at Stockton University. So if anyone knows of some really good dynamic presenters, that would be fantastic. So that's all I need.
How long are the workshops that they have to teach this year?
That's still to be determined. We're looking, in the past it's been 3 years, but or 3 hours, but it depends on the quantity and quality of presenters. So the more quality, less time. The less quality, more time. So let's say, I'd say 1.5 hours to 3 hours.
There was a meeting, it was at Women in Engineering Society meeting last week in Philadelphia. It's a conference that I'm trying to remember the name.
Society of Women Engineers?
Yes, Society of Women Engineers. You might be able to crawl through their listings and see if any of those are likely candidates.
Yes, we have some of them. They're from the FAA, actually. They're doing robotics at Stockton. So some of them are awesome, and they will be participating in the workshop. They do a whole robotics thing for us. So that's awesome. Okay, that's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to mute my mic so there's no feedback.
Okay, thanks. Anything fun at ETTC coming up?
Well, we've had a lot of coding opportunities for teachers over the last couple of months. I think it's next Wednesday. There's one down in Woodbine, So, and then Phil just did one the other day on, the music one, ear sketch. So we just taught a workshop the other day, we had a nice wall for that. And that's, programming, it's making music using programming. He was a little despondent because they finally switched over to the drag and drop option, where before it was pure coding, and he really appreciated that. So if he was here, this is what he would be complaining about. He's like, oh, why would they do that? And I said, well, it definitely makes it more accessible for students that aren't that far along in programming yet, have that opportunity. But, so we've had a lot of those in our Makerspace Mondays. They've been completely jammed, so.
Is that like during the day or is it after
They
school?
are during the day, and we have, this little Makerspace room with a lot of different tools in there. And generally I can fit about 7 to 8 people in there, but we've had quite a few. So we'll be visiting the room and working in the room next door because it's just not enough space for people. So that's been a really nice workshop for us in terms of getting a lot of educators who are just interested in starting making and designing and playing with circuits and playing with all of the things that we've played with here in our meetings. So, just spreading that, making love.
Well, Bob Heinrich, loving technology and coding. So Bob Heinrich isn't here, but I do believe we're supposed to be getting a whole makerspace lab on campus here at some point in time. So maybe we'll find out more about that next meeting. That'd be nice.
That's still in the works. I know that we had danced around it last year or something like that.
I don't know. I'm just waiting to hear. And then I think that also on the ETC site, there's a really good compilation of all of last year's Hour of Code activities, because that's coming right around the corner as well, right? So if you go to ettc.net and you look and you can see all of the different activities, a lot of different schools are featured on there, what they did, and then all kinds of, a whole bunch of activities.
We pulled a lot of our teachers asking them for feedback on the different Hour of Code activities. That is ettc.net/Hour of Code. So all of their feedback is on that page. And if you want to share your feedback, what you did with your students, so that we can share that with other educators, we're definitely happy to have your submissions.
Thank you. Anything else? Last chance. Okay, any motion to adjourn and we can work on some subcommittee work? And have some pizza? Thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Do you want to keep this on for subcommittees or say goodbye to those folks that are not in the room?
Well, are we going to break into separate subcommittees, or are we going to tackle the two content all together? We're going to try and squeeze them around one table.
I think that we should let everybody decide what they'd like to do.
Okay, so the two subcommittees are.
Well, we have the choices to work on coming up with a plan for the competition. We really would like to get some help for Demetrios and let him fill us in on all the other committee work that they've been doing up to this point for the hack stock. And then also think about how we can possibly work on some standards and curriculum too. But we could table that to another day or work on that separately. So it's up to what people would like to work on. And then, yeah.
Okay.
Thoughts?
So the mic is only going to really, I can put the mic in the middle of one table.
Right.
It'll only pick up with one sound. So
Do either one of our participants have a preference that they would like to stay involved in one of those?
Missy says she's in for Demetrios. Count me in.
Okay.
Demetrios, please. Motion second and all of that.
Okay.
But, so we'll just leave.
How about Rama?
We'll leave the hangout going.
Okay.
We'll just move, we'll just move
Okay.
if Demetrios wants to come in to hang out.
Okay, so those of you who are watching the archive, we're going to break up into our subcommittee and watching the archive of this, that you might not get the same as you were getting previously. So thank you for being here.
also wants to be in that meeting, we need to,
Do we want to move the mic over there then?
yeah. So
Okay.
what we can do is, we'll just do it here at this location. And then since they're already both in this hangout.
All right, so what's the deal? Who wants to do it? First of all, everybody sign in, so we can make sure.
This is gonna be funny. So, I think we're gonna go in here. So, if you just wanna sit in this. You're all on mute.
And I'll mute that.
1 second.
Thank you. How you guys doing?
Okay.
Does anybody want, the code to, get on the internet for the network? Is that one code?
That's so funny. Let me stop screen sharing.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Missy, that's a yes. Just one? Okay, two's good.
Yeah, because sometimes the chords, you know, they're testy.
Hello.
Yeah, that one's still on, there's a button on it, you have to hold down to make it go away. I'm gonna save this screen.
I'm gonna have one more commercial in a minute.
Kelly is.
I don't know about you guys, I'm gonna that like big color as well. What's my teacher terminology, I was like, there would be a constructive. I think that the term that I learned was constructive. So, we constructed on the environment, so. Everyone together, takes a lot of time and effort. Public shares. Think for a second.
You gonna find something here?
Pass around the paper if you want to come December 16th. We can announce why you got it. Everything? Do you want to, is it the December 16th or no?
All right. Okay. I got the microphone, but
It's that other one.
I think that'll do it.
All right, now they should be able to hear us.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Wonderful, they can hear us. That's fantastic.
Missy, you can probably unmute now too. We'll check it.
Howdy, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on? You guys are so funny online. Your faces are priceless. I'm loving it.
That's great.
Are they working on standards? Are they working on this? Invite them over. Come on over, guys. We've got plenty of space. Yeah, so I think they have to be unmuted. They have to be muted when they're not talking. Otherwise, I mean, that's just a normal hangout. So, beautiful. Thank you, Mama. Which one is it? Did you unmute me up there?
No.
Okay, now we should be fine.
Yeah.
We're broadcasting off of this one. Can you tell there's two different me's?
I noticed that.
There's the Stockton and then the regular.
Oh, one's your personal account.
Yeah. It's the only way I can get anything done.
Makes sense.
What? Well, because our Google tools, they're accessible to us, but we don't get mail. Okay.
That's true.
We can only, go through our other mail ISP.
Strange.
The students have Gmail.
Okay.
So a lot of the things that I need to do have to be sent out through a mail thing. And when I'm on my Stockton account, that part, with the Google tools with G Suite, there's some issues. So I have to use my personal Gmail account or any of the other G Suite school districts that I'm in. So I've got like different faces for each one of my accounts.
So you know which one's which.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
like,
multiple
who am I?
personalities. Which me am I? Okay, so I don't think Rama was in the last meeting, and Missy has not been in our committee meetings yet.
Okay.
So I guess we could just catch them up on what we've been doing.
Yeah. Allow me to just circle back a little bit, and we'll cover a little more about the essence of Stock Hack. Right? We said it's essentially a technology innovation event, kind of like the science fair. There's going to be some opportunity for folks to win prizes and that kind of stuff. And there's going to be a need for participation in judging the actual projects themselves, in managing the students while they're here, and really facilitating the event in general. We do have some special ideas that we're going to need some extra special help with. Things like implementing a photo booth and other things have come up. So, you know, there are going to be opportunities for technical help, as well as, you know, just your typical kind of oversight sort of help, as well as judging and other things like that. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity in terms of what's available to potential volunteers for the event. And at this point, we do have several committees established that are working on different parts of the event. So I'm joined with Tony DePietro, who is the sponsor chair for the event, and he's going to help us solicit some sponsors. At this point, with respect to the sponsors, we are waiting on official word from the university on how we approach the sponsors, which sponsors we approach, and that sort of stuff, just so that we don't sully any of their efforts as well, with coordinated giving and other things, campaigns like that. So we should have an answer as to how we handle everything moving forward in about a week's time. So until then, though, we can begin to list some of our ideas for sponsors.
I did send everybody, I shared, I emailed everybody in our chapter that.
The Excel sheet.
The Excel sheet.
Okay.
And they all had the access to edit it and put in
Wonderful.
their ideas. So we definitely need help identifying our sponsors because legal needs to see them.
And any
That's
idea
correct,
helps,
yeah.
whether or not like we proceed with them, any idea helps with the price, stem other ideas as well.
Right. So I have some documentation here, and I'm kind of just going to shamelessly hold it in front of the camera so you can see it briefly. And some of it is related to the tier structure that we're proposing for the event. This is all in draft format, so.
I didn't have it digital, so we can't screen share it.
Yeah, and I have to find it, which might take a second. Yeah, not sure where that went.
Doing the funny ears.
From the front, huh?
He's always looking, so
All right.
I just thought I'd amuse them.
Nice.
Missy thought.
All right, so I'm still digging through paperwork here, and I have come to what looks like a table, finally. Okay, so this is our sponsor table. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but basically we've established a handful of tiers, just 3 of them. And the 3 tiers, the most, I suppose, lucrative
Oh,
tier.
this I can share. If that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's
I have
what
that digitized.
So we've made some updates to it as time has progressed, but the idea is that we have a basic idea of what kind of sponsorship need we have. So I think it's fair to say that we need to raise somewhere in the $15,000 to $18,000 range in order to pull this event off. And we've established tiers that start from $3,000 and work their way down to $500.
Also, we have a la carte, so to speak, right? I mean, if anyone wants to
Potential for
make
earnings.
that donation of $500, any donation we can always apply somewhere, sponsor a meal, sponsor a snack, or what have you.
Yep, that's right. As I understand it, any donations would be 100% tax deductible, and all donations would benefit the Stock Hack, organization, essentially, the event from year to year. So that is something we are working on the verbiage right now, so it's still in draft format, but
And
that's more or less where we're at with it.
we know that this isn't pretty right now, but we just wanted to get legal to look at it before we proceeded with all of the beautiful graphics.
Right, exactly. We just want them to have a look at it. So for the folks sitting here at the table, you're welcome to. Well, it's basically just our sponsorship table. There's lots of potential changes to that, so you know, it is what it is. But
And it's a 24-hour event, so it's going to start at noon and then it'll end around noon. So we definitely need lots of people to help us manage the event. You know, it's going to be like one of those sleepless weekends.
yeah, and like I mentioned before, we're looking mostly for 3-hour shifts, unless you're signing up for a specific task like judging. You know, you would expect it to be work basically the period of the judging, as it were. But otherwise, if you're considering like an oversight position, that would be typically on a 3-hour shift. There are going to be some refreshments here, but nothing that I would really go crazy for. Just saying. Being honest here.
Okay.
All right. So at this point, I want to give you folks the opportunity to ask any questions that you might have or anything like that. And hopefully we have some answers for you.
The date of the event was February
19th to the
19th
20th.
to the 20th.
Yep. It's a Saturday.
Saturday
and
to Sunday. And it's going to be here on campus in like the A through D wing area. So we'll be using the theater, we'll be using the atrium, we'll be using the labs. The kids, you know, we're going to have quite a lot going on there.
Is it already 1 year? We just have it.
No, that was,
the programming contest. It has.
that's a different,
That was in March.
we're still planning that too. That one's in March, yeah. So this is a different event. This is the hackathon, and then we have the programming contest. So we will need volunteers for both.
Oh, you can count me in for that. I'll probably be here more than 3 hours, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you're
we were
welcome to
definitely
work
here
more
for
than
more.
that, but in
Yeah.
terms of our student volunteers, we've been saying, you know, 3 hours is probably adequate.
Have we made progress with residential life?
Yeah, just in the sense that I reached back out to them and I told them that everybody thought their idea was okay and we're going to try to raise the money to do it. But yeah, I think they're on board. But yeah, it seems favorable so
Good,
far.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great
haven't
job
heard back
on working
from them, but-
on all this, man. It's a lot
Yeah.
to put together.
We got this. It's going to be a great event, I think, and really, I think it's gonna help us bridge the gap. Because there's so much more to this stuff than just a programming contest.
Oh,
right?
sure.
Like you can really go broad on the technology. I think this is going to be a step in the right direction. I also like the fact that there could be a business pitch involved, you know, something like that.
And it's a nice integration with liberal arts and sciences as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Yep.
neat to see it, at the importance of computer science because it's really across all platforms.
I don't think there was anybody at the fourth table.
There's only 3 sheets.
Are you doing different student groups?
Yep. So we're looking to include high school students from the local area as well as university students too. So, yep. University students are invited to participate. So
Will they sleeping?
they're not going to sleep.
We might ask for donations, 24-hour donations of a couple beanbag chairs for kids to take a little snooze, but literally they don't sleep. It's like a 24-hour event. And there's a lot of events that are out there like that, where students, write and put on an entire play in a 24-hour period, and they do.
That's pretty
There's
cool.
a lot of different events like that.
A lot of them are more physically oriented where you're moving around more and stuff like
No,
that.
there
but-
is no fee. This is a free thing, right?
Oh, there's no fee.
No.
Yeah, there's
No fee for
whatsoever.
participants.
I don't.
That's why we're raising the money to fund it.
We do have some coffee. Like we have all the meals planned out. We have a whole entire budget for the event, and we can share those documents with you. I don't want to put them in the link here of the Hangout, but I can send them out to our membership so that they can see the proposed budget, what we'll be spending the money on that we need to fundraise. So definitely identifying sponsors is our top priority at this time.
Is there any thought of having the students get sponsors and raise money for their hours to be donated to a charity?
I mean, that's a good idea. We're trying to cover the cost of the event first.
No,
though.
I know.
Yeah,
But something so the kids feel like they're contributing by their work. I don't know.
I think that's a great idea. I wonder how we would get them to do that, though.
Well, I mean, it's just like if you go on an AIDS walk or, you know, the Race for the Cure or something like that.
You
They
ask for a couple
individually ask for
sponsors.
sponsors for
Right.
however many hours it takes them to
Interesting.
code their project or something.
like that
I don't know,
idea.
that's
Well, here's a
just,
silly question. They
That's-
just had
that's
the
actually-
sleep
yeah.
down. Did they do
Not
any
to-
fundraising for
Do
that?
the event, but to make a donation to the event.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I
I
think
mean, like,
also
well, they'll have dance marathons, they'll get,
Sure.
that kind of thing.
that's
I don't-
really that's it. It's the same model as a dance marathon in the sense that it's going to take place. The kids likely aren't going to sleep. Hopefully, at the end there's some prizes.
It's just a thought.
I like the
it's a
idea,
good
that,
idea.
that social aspect to it. But we wouldn't do that to fund the event, but maybe to support something,
Exactly.
support
I mean,
something.
if you wanted to partner with some outside group, then, I mean, maybe tap into their resources if you're fundraising for
Something to
their
do with
group.
computer science. Bringing it to an underserved area or something like that. I don't know.
The Google Divide.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
We will definitely mull that over.
Donations before you do that. When you said she would be happy to come in and a few hours each of the days.
Oh, great.
To whatever we need help with. And if you need any kind of like typing done, she's really very efficient. Like it's keyboard, if you have a project you want her to do, that's kind of, you know, and you'll
All right.
later let her know.
Thank you.
We, in our previous committee meetings, we've identified the kinds of, a lot of the positions that we needed filled for those days. We can maybe send that list out too and see who's interested in fulfilling each one of those positions so we can start to identify who the staff will be and have Dawn start to contact them. That was in a PowerPoint that you showed us like 3 meetings ago.
Yep.
Okay.
We did identify some of the chairs, and she was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to take up the staffing component. I was going to work on the technical stuff. Tony was going to work on the sponsors. So I'm not sure if there's other.
Did we identify the roles for the volunteers for that day?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's going to be medical staff on duty, but we have a succinct group of those folks kind of already in mind. There's going to be oversight staff in the form of like RAs.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at admissions ambassadors kind of for the welcoming of the folks.
Okay, so yeah, we need to identify those jobs, like who's at the welcoming table, who's guiding people. So we'll have to, yeah, I don't think we actually established those roles yet, how many
Not that I'm
bodies we
aware of.
need in each place.
Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't done that because we're not sure exactly who's going to volunteer
Yeah.
yet and what the levels are.
Jung's gonna volunteer.
Nice.
She's gonna volunteer
Wonderful.
3 times.
That's 9 hours. No.
Doing 9 hours, huh?
I have a feeling I'll be there 24. My wife would be happy to get rid of it.
Okay, audio kind of,
I'll volunteer 6 hours at
if
least.
the sponsors
Oh, yeah,
fall, why not
okay.
charge a
5
small fee?
hours straight volunteer
Missy,
with the-
A lot of
That young-
universities and colleges do these hackathons and none of them charge a fee. We would be definitely going against accepted practice if we charge the participants a fee. And she
Right,
said
right.
if we wanted to do any community service, Erin O'Hanlon might be a good resource.
Yep. Okay, great.
Thank you.
That's a great idea. I forgot. That's true. She's in service learning.
Mhm, yes, she
So
is,
That
absolutely.
makes sense.
Mhm.
Making a lot of sense there. All right.
Oh, wow, you mean like maybe getting it on a listing to have students do community service hours to,
I have
Do their
no
service
idea. I mean,
learning?
this is
it's
I
a
don't know.
possibility. It's definitely a possibility for both competitions, actually.
Good resume builder too for that.
Well, we have like all of these courses here that there's a service learning aspect to it where you do so many hours of your semester doing service in a community organization.
Oh, wow.
And we are a community organization. We're a nonprofit.
Sure.
We're on site already. And
right.
they can help with planning, they can help with, that is an awesome
definitely.
suggestion, Missy. Fantastic. We'll definitely hit her up.
Yeah, sure.
I've had a couple of service learners in my classroom, and it was phenomenal. We built like a multicultural student library of like multicultural lit.
Mhm.
So it was really great. And then I had another one come in and do all these huge bulletin board things that we used for teaching. So, I mean, they just go into the community organizations and they work on service projects, whatever we need done.
Interesting. I wonder if, as part of the stock hack, so we have all these different prize tiers that we had
Yeah,
talked
we
about.
do.
Maybe we issue a service learning award in the form of one of those GoPros or whatever, or like a set of those GoPros or something like that.
Mhm.
To kind of encourage that.
Interesting.
Well, that's already part of the, if it's related to a course, it's already part of their grade.
Yeah, they get a grade for it. I don't think they can
They
get
get
like
course
No, I'm
credits.
talking about if and even this goes for the high school students as well. If they come to the event and they make something that helps from a service learning point of view,
empathy. Oh, gotcha.
then then we could award them something special, let's say, because we did build in extra prizes, those extra prize tiers.
Now, Missy said, Adam Greco, maybe he might be able to help. What is
Yeah.
the bulk of the budget needed? How much did we say we're at? Like
15.
Between
Like
15 to 18. Yeah,
15
I
to
know
18
Adam.
grand. A lot of that is all food because it's on campus. We are required to use Chartwells.
Yes.
And Erin's looking for good projects.
For
And,
volunteers, what's the age? Well, the volunteers would have to be 18 or older, I would think. But beyond that, I think they would have to pass our protection of minors training, which consists of a quiz that they would have to take. It's like a 10-question quiz. And they would have to acknowledge the policies and procedures related to the protection of minors on campus and some other things like that. The basics. So let's see. We're just put in place this summer. Yes, I'm actually on that committee. So yeah, I'm very familiar with the process.
very well versed in the protection of minors.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I've been working with them a lot lately. So I have a good understanding of the information that we need to collect, the waivers that we need the students and their parents to sign, and really what the ratio needs to be between our trained assistants and the authorized adults and the minors that would be involved in the event. So we have an understanding of the logistics. And yeah, I agree. All it takes is one crazy. That is true. We have done some research related to hackathons, and knock on whatever this table is made out of here, there hasn't been any real issues associated with hackathons. That being said, we are going to make our campus police department aware of the event. There is going to be, I think, a heightened level of security during that weekend, and particularly in the area where this event is going to be taking place. So, I mean, for sure, Stockton is committed to keeping everybody safe when they're here. There's no doubt about it. And, that's a major concern, not only of mine, but I think of anybody here. So everybody's on the same page with that.
And then is that gender separate?
It's not.
Well, we will, if in the napping area where they can take a nap, we are going to separate we're going to offer separate gendered.
There's going to be a pink
napping
bean bag and
areas.
then like a blue bean bag there.
No, we did talk about having separate classrooms available for that kind of thing and having them monitored, someone sitting outside.
Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna really provide for a lot of opportunity for these kind of situations to occur, and I think that's part of the key of it is to keep them engaged in the event and to keep them going. So with any luck, a lot of the event is going to take place in the C Wing atrium, okay, because it's a very large open space. So the C Wing atrium does seem to be like our ideal venue, particularly for the overnight hours, because we can kind of corral them all into one place and keep an eye on them, that kind of stuff. So anyway, I think that should be fine, though.
Yeah. Same sex too. Photo booth, where is this coming from?
I think we're gonna try to build it. It's gonna be an interesting project that me and Tony are gonna embark on.
I've already got the app on my iPad.
Sure.
So
I
I've
mean, I
got
have
the-
apps too, but I mean, I think we can like
I have the
literally
$60
build this thing,
one.
like- okay,
I have the
you got the good
$60
one.
app that I can install on whatever device.
All right.
And it's got to be like on an iPad, and it's we can hashtag it. We can.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, it automatically
since it's already
uploads and
paid
all
for
that.
by the
Sure.
school of ed,
Nice.
might as well use it.
All right, yeah, we should take a look at it. Do you have one of those crazy like lumen rings or anything? You ever seen those? They're super awesome.
Oh, Lumen Ring?
Yeah,
No.
it goes with the app,
explain.
right? So you get the app, and then you get this thing that looks like your grandmother's sort of like I forget what they call it. It's like a thing with mirrors and lights in it.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
for like
Right?
makeup and stuff. Yeah.
I'm not really sure what it's for, but anyways.
Like a vanity type.
Like a
Yeah.
exactly, that's the word, a vanity, yes. This little bulb thing looks kind of like a vanity setup, right? And you can use it to create your own photo booth. It's like a freestanding thing. It's like on a pole, and there's like a little vanity with a light on it. And that becomes your photo booth, as it were.
Oh,
And you can plop this thing anywhere you want.
Yes,
Pretty
it will
cool.
definitely save
Wow.
money because to get someone to come and set up a photo booth is like $400 or $500.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we've had them at lots of parties, and so we switched to the app. Last year, we used the iPad and my app at the NJEA for everybody that stopped by the booth. Remember, they were all dressing up at the Stockton booth, and that worked fine for that. But it wasn't like a booth. It was just against a background. That step and repeat. So you're going to build a booth then.
Well, no, it's going to be
You're
like
going to look like
step
a
and
TARDIS
repeat.
or something like
I
what?
don't think so.
Okay.
No, I like the idea of like the step and repeat, but it's going to be digitally inserted. I think that's the real
We do
difference.
like a green screen and just
Yeah.
pop
And she
the
wants to
background.
rent it. Okay, she wants to rent your photo booth that you're gonna do.
Oh, okay, I got
You're
you.
gonna build a giant green box.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But actually, Missy, one of these days I can show you how that photo booth thing would interact with OBS, that screen
Oh,
software.
the open broadcaster software?
Yep.
Fantastic.
So I think I had mentioned that to you at one point, but yeah, that's
I have it
super
right
cool.
there. Do
Sure.
you want to screen share that?
I always use it.
I haven't used it for the green screen, but here, I'll open up the app.
What's the name of the app?
It's called OBS.
OBS.
So you can manipulate video streams inside of this application so that you can create a stream, essentially, to stream to Twitch or something like that. That's what the kids do, right, online. But you can actually affect the video streams that come into here, and you can do things like transform the video, for example, right? So let's take a look at this here. We can come in here and we can rotate the video, for example, and you can do other things in
Yeah.
Sure.
Don't fall down, Tony.
You can do other things in real time with this software that really make it far superior to other packages, basically. Other software packages that would do screen recording. So anyway, it's free software. It's super cool. I use it all the time. And if you have any questions using it, feel free to give me a holler.
Oh, I'm gonna come spend some time in your office.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta show
don't
me.
use it much at home.
I just
but
used
yeah.
it for I just used it when I was trying to do the scheduled live hangout because they changed it.
Okay.
But I know, my son used it for, gaming and
sure.
all of that. And they stream that out. But
That's exactly right. That's what I would use it for, too.
how about that? And that's free. That's open source software that you can download onto your computer.
Yeah, they have a...
Interesting. So
they
you
have
use
a-
that for photo booth.
I could, yeah. That's what I
Oh.
would use to chroma key out the green part of the screen and then insert whatever, like our step and repeat that would be on a PowerPoint slide, for
Mhm.
example.
Yep.
I would just layer the PowerPoint slide in there, chroma key out the green
Yeah.
from the picture.
I
and that's
getcha.
it.
OBT?
Oh,
OBS.
OBS. Open broadcast. What's the S for?
It's the Open Broadcaster software.
Software. S is for software. Yeah, Missy, what they do was they turn on the software and then they play the video game. And the OBS is a pretty good one. There's more higher end ones that kind of control the lag a little bit when they're streaming their gaming.
XSplit or something.
Yeah, but if you're going free, OBS is the way to go.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, for real. I think I mentioned this to you before. We should get together one of these days, and I should show you my streaming setup because it's crazy. I got like 5 screens up, and you
son
can
has
pick
that
the
in his
feeds.
room. His dorm room, 5
I
screens.
believe it.
That's
He
nice.
does.
That's awesome.
It's
cool.
sick.
Where does he go?
He goes to GW, but he did job shadowing here over the summer, and he's coming back
Dude,
over
that kid
Christmas
was good.
break.
I'm pretty sure he
That's
was
big,
really good.
Eric, with the kid with the tie.
It
Always
must
wore a
have been
nice
him.
shirt.
Yeah,
and tie. That's my son.
that's good. Yeah, he was a smart kid.
Yeah. Well,
Bring
we'll
him
see.
back.
Yeah, he's coming back over Christmas break. He'll be hanging out.
Awesome.
So teach me how to do this. Definitely.
Okay, yeah. No problem. I would say early December is probably good for me too because I have a lot going on in November as well.
Yeah, we all want in.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
You
we
guys
could
can
do
all come to
something.
my house. And
Do we
can
have
chill.
a December meeting? We do, right? Or
Oh no, we meet
We have
every
a
other
December
month.
meeting for Stock Hack, not for
okay. That
CTSA,
makes sense.
Yeah.
CSTI.
Maybe, actually January meeting, January 19th, maybe you should.
I can show it, sure.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
No problem.
Yeah. Can we bring all the screens in here? Kind of a pain.
No, but I can show you with the software how to
Okay.
use it. I mean,
That'd be
it's-
great. That would be phenomenal.
It just comes down to what I found with it is it comes down to having more screen real estate is beneficial because, for example, if you want to create a bunch of different components to your video, as it were, you're going to need the screen real estate to represent those windows, and then you can capture the portions you want from those windows and kind of bring them all together in OBS, right? So I'll make like interfaces, for example, where I'll compartmentalize pieces of different systems and bring them all into one video, which is awesome because then I can stream it to my phone. The other interesting thing about that from like a network security perspective is I can stream that data down to my phone without anybody, even if they were to intercept it, being able to edit any of that data because it's literally just a composite image.
Oh,
that's a stream, you know?
That makes
So-
sense. So they can't like hack one part of it and change the
Exactly.
background. And
Yeah, right. None of the control interface is coming down, so that's good.
I like that. I like that.
You gotta teach me that laugh.
That I don't even know what I did. Oh gosh. Okay, so when is our next meeting for our committee? I don't
I think it's
remember.
December 5th
Yeah.
or something like that. December
I'd have to pull
4th,
up
3rd or 4th. No, I think it's. I'm
You
pretty
know,
sure
I was looking at my calendar
Maybe the
today and
8th.
could not find it, so if you know for
Yeah,
sure.
you know what? Hold on. Let me take a look.
We will be
It's a
meeting,
Thursday in December. I think it's the first or second Thursday in December.
so the 8th.
That rings a bell.
I think that's right too. I think that's right.
And I think we said we were going to do it a little bit earlier, like around 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
That would be
When's our
fantastic.
meeting? December 8th? Oh, I put it out for a second. Sorry. Sorry about that. I think it's December 8th. I'm pretty sure. It's the 8th. Because the previous one was December 1st. And I don't remember anything on 1st. It's the 8th? All right, cool. 3
Okay.
o'clock, right?
So, yeah, of course you're invited. So anybody who's on the call or interested in being involved in the CSTA portions of the stock hack, or if you already work at Stockton, you want to be interested in it, we are going to have a meeting on, it looks like December 8th, we said?
Yes, December 8th, 3 p.m.
Right,
We don't
so,
have a location yet, though.
He has another one now. He has 5.
right? So I would say if you haven't heard from us for whatever reason, give me a shout and we'll tell you where the meeting is going to be held. We haven't specified the location yet. It's
Bob
always going to be on
Heinrich
campus.
normally sends out those email invitations through Outlook, but we'll tell him to include you both on the email as well.
Do you have projects which you are planning during the hackathon already in mind?
What you're going to be assigning them to do?
The kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of open-ended, although I think that we can ask for specific initiatives. So we had some input regarding a service learning initiative potentially. And there could be other initiatives that we identify. Like, for example, from a business perspective, if you say the group that develops the best pitch for a product that seems like it would actually be successful, I think that there's a lot of ways to frame that. So do you have any ideas, sir?
Thinking since we're going to meet on December 8th, all, yeah, yeah. So I'll also think about it and let you know. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, thank you.
Was do you think 24 hours or so, I mean, kind of an overnight stay on, or can it be done in one full day, like a hack day rather than a hack weekend? Is
No,
there any specific reason
it's
for?
it's definitely a 24-hour event because they're going to be programming. Most hackathons are 24 hours. It's a
Okay.
standard. It's a standard hackathon time frame.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Michelle on that. It seems that from the majority of the events that we looked at, they are 24 hours. I'd almost prefer if it was just like a one-shot day, but it just doesn't fit with the paradigm of the event, really. Or
Yeah, they have to have time to present. And they also get a chance to meet the sponsors, and some of the sponsors like hold workshops about their products and services, like the software companies might want to push their products, so they get a chance to make a presentation. So it's a really cool event. The kind of scenario that it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is going to be our first go at it, so we're going to know more next year as to how better handle it. But for now, we're going to plan on doing what the other schools have been doing for the most part, which is a 24-hour event.
Okay. Any other questions? Our committee meetings have been
So
huge. We've had students from Stockton that are involved. The Computer Science Society is involved.
Yeah.
There's we have people from event services, from housing, from the president's office. We have a lot of people that come to the committee meetings, and so they're not necessarily CSTA meetings, but they're all involved with the event planning. So there's a lot of that already in place.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you have an interest in it and you want to dedicate some of your time, certainly feel free to join us for these meetings and help us plan the event.
Okay.
So they come as a group. I'm so
The
sorry that
students,
they come as a group.
they can form a group once they're here. They would get dropped off by their parents in most cases, probably.
So they
don't get bussed in like the last one.
Right.
They come individually or, as a team, carpooling. So they are responsible for their own transportation getting here, and they can come with an already formed group where we can try and match them up when they get here. So any unattached people will try and, get them hooked up with some other people. So there is like a little matching activity that's normally built into the hackathon.
Yep. Forming stage.
Mm-hmm. But we're up for the challenge. We'll get this. Make this happen. Okay, Missy, don't worry if you're late to the meeting. There's always a couple of us that come, in a couple minutes after the meeting starts. Just drive safe. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's it.
I think we're good. Any other questions, Missy or Rama?
No, I'm good.
No, I think it's good. It's very exciting. So I'm excited to see how this all comes to fruition. So let me know I can help out, and then I can't wait to see you guys doing the OBS. That's awesome. So Demetrius, just count me in wherever you want. I'm easy. Put me wherever you need me to be put.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, and we appreciate your involvement.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's exciting. So good work.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
So now we just got to build a photo booth.
Now we got to build the photo booth. Build the photo booth and they will come. Now it's all about the programming, but right now, remember, please identify any sponsors. So I will send out that spreadsheet again with another plea for people to add to it because Demetrios is doing a lot of work that you don't even hear about, meeting with, legal and marketing and just trying to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Did I say that backwards?
The I's are crossed and the T's are dotted.
Yeah, we're tired.
That's the
We're
way
up all night.
We like them.
All right. Okay. Okay, that's it. We're done. Adjourning.
All right. Thank you.
Go back there.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Oh, Missy, Lynn wants to know how to get the Finches to you. Can you put them, there's a mailbox in the School of Ed. I think there might be one for you in the School of
Well,
Ed.
you let me know. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the NJEA convention, and then whatever works for you. You're doing me a favor, so I'll come and find you.
You need them.
Sooner than later, because my student wanted to do robotics, but I don't have anything robotics. And I was like, ooh, you do. So it was perfect timing. We had a meeting.
Do you want my other thing, my Ollie reflection form?
The Ozobot or do you have the
No.
Sphero?
Sphero.
Sure. I'm not sure if I'm okay giving that to a student, but I could demo that in my class. That would be
We'll
cool.
start with one thing.
Lizzie, I'm going to email you. I was about to email you, so you will see my email.
Jung will email you, Missy.
Okay, perfect. This is exciting. I'm not even face to face and I'm talking to everybody. I love this. And I'm lying in bed, so it's even better. You guys are all upright.
Yes, we would like to be in our jammies, but I have to head back down to AC. So I've got to get going. So I'm going to end this.
Perfect. Have a good, enjoy your, you're presenting Thursday and Friday?
What day are you presenting?
I'm not presenting. I'm getting an award on, I thought it was tomorrow, but it's on Friday.
Oh, okay. So you're getting an award where? What time?
I have no idea. I thought it was tomorrow at noon, but now I think it's Friday at noon.
Oh, you got to let me know so I can come and yell for you.
No, you know me. I am low maintenance.
Yeah, but you don't even want me to yell for you?
No, I don't want anyone. I tell you, I don't tell any of my accolades. I'm pretty quiet.
All right, I'm hanging up now.
All right, well, have fun. When are you presenting?
I don't know. Bye.
You're such a jerk. Love.